Would you believe it? God called us to Africa. I thought I'd never go there, but he did. So we joined Don and Sue to open the ministry in Africa. When we went there, there was one filing cabinet, one little office, 2 file drawers, and that was the ministry of Campus Crusade in Africa. And I remember one of the greatest ministries that I had in Kenya was a group of Ugandan refugee women. Their husbands and families were running away from Idi Amin and Obote from Uganda, and their husbands weren't even in Kenya. They couldn't get work in Kenya. In fact, they were hiding in London and all over the world just to get away from persecution. Well, God brought Phobes Begiri into this Bible study, Ugandan Bible study, and her husband had been very high up in the government before Idi Amin and Obote. And so he was running for his life, and Phobes usually didn't know where he was. But she found out that it's equivalent to the CIA, were looking for her sons, trying to flush out the father. And so she wondered, well, where can I hide them? So they hid in my house because, no one would ever suspect that they would be in a white person's home. And so I just poured my life into these women. We prayed together, we cried together. And when I would have them in the Bible study, one thing that made me really guilty is that a lot of their little children would come, and they were just there because they couldn't go to school. They couldn't afford school fees. And so at that time, I asked for permission to sell these little note cards I made, hand calligraphy, and use that to put these children through school. One card was love, joy, peace, patience, and so on. So I sold those to missionaries and other people that could afford them, and all those proceeds, it was just a one-time thing, but all those proceeds put those kids through school. And the day we left in Kenya 10 years later, some of those kids would come and say their goodbyes, and they were very thankful for that. And then after Obote lost power and Museveni came in power, then Phobes and her family could move back to Uganda. And her husband John now started working in the new government with the president, and was just so grateful for all these Christians helping out, taking care of his kids, helping Phobes while she was in exile to survive, that he said, I'll do anything you want me to do to help you with the ministry, especially with Campus Crusade for Christ. And it just is amazing to see how God worked in this small little group of women, working with Phobes Begiri and her children, helping her, and then seeing her go back to work in the equivalent of their White House. It's just an amazing sequence of events. So I found you can tell people the gospel, you can help them grow in their faith, but you really need to put your faith into action.